Hello YouTubes, this is Grimweird coming back at you with more Enigmatica 2 Expert Mod Pack playthrough action for Minecraft 1.12.2. As always, we are joined by the lovely zombie Steve as our avatar. And last episode, we got titanium and opened up the Ender IO stuff after making this beast of a advanced metallurgical fabricator thing. So yeah, I finished up making all of my simple chassis, so we now have 16 of those, and are ready and raring to build a lot of Ender IO machines. This continues to go up, so I'm going to just let this run at least until the this tank fills up with 56 buckets of liquid chlorine. So that situation worked out pretty well. When it fills up, that'll probably take care of me for quite some time, so I'll probably remove some of these sinks so it looks less crazed. So what else have I done? I threw up another machine here. I moved my manufactory up so I could automate silicon production. Been tinkering around with this stuff more. I made some soul vials. So one of the first things we want to do is, particularly this beast, ate up a lot of, like, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 ender pearls, which is basically all I had from just hunting with a Luck 3 laser gun. So as we get into Ender IO, we're going to need a lot more ender pearls. So probably my first goal is to make a Enderman powered spawner and actually start farming ender pearls. And so to do that, we need this stuff, and most of this stuff we can do. In fact, I think we can do all of that stuff. We're going to need to also make a slice and splice so that we can make the Z-Logic controller. But we can do all that business. The one thing that we're going to need, though, is a Enderman soul so that we can turn one of our broken spawners that we have collected from the world into an Enderman spawner. And then also, while we're at it, we should probably gather ourselves a wither skeleton skull so that we can get those cooking as well. I forget exactly what all that matters and means, but I think you can get a lot of wither skeleton parts and summon some sort of wither boss. I forgot. I think I did it once 4 or 5 years ago. But I know I want to kill a bunch of wither skeletons, so we're going to work on that too. So it is dark out, so let's go ahead and go see if we can find... Oh, bother. I don't think Endermen do well in the rain. Last time I was out looking for them and it was raining, I couldn't find them anywhere. And then I got frustrated and went and did something else, and then I came back when it wasn't raining, and they were all over the place. So, yeah. Maybe since it's raining, we'll just go ahead and go to the Nether and go try to find a wither soul first. And then we'll come back out and look for an Enderman. And maybe we'll get lucky and see an Enderman while we're here running around in the Nether. So let's see. I haven't actually flown to the Nether fortress that's around here before. So I'm not exactly sure how to get there. It's north of us somewhere, if I recall correctly. There it is. It's a little slime island there. So I need to remember to not actually shoot them. I guess it probably wouldn't hurt to capture a magma cube soul as well. I have a bunch of magma cream from lasering them, but let's see, I don't know if the soul has to be from a big one. Let's grab this guy first. Alright, and stop shooting at me. You go away, and you go away, and you go away. Everybody just calm down. Just here to steal a few souls. Relax. Lean into it. Don't make it weird. Alright, what was the other thing I was going to do? Try and grab one of these guys. So I've now got a magma cube soul and a wither skeleton soul. Now one of the reasons that the magma cube hadn't necessarily registered on me before I got here was that if I take a look at, if people will stop shooting at me for a moment, when I took a look at the powered spawners, I'm seeing an Enderman one, a chicken one, a skeleton one, a wither skeleton one. I am not seeing a magma cube one, so I don't know if those are actually craftable or not, but we can give it a try. And I think that's basically all I wanted from here, so let's go ahead and head back out, see if any Endermen have spawned around in here anywhere. I definitely see Endermen in the Nether, but they seem to be sort of rare. I don't see them that often. Alright. So I'm not seeing any Endermen around, so let's go ahead and just shoot a few more withers and then head back. And I'm going to sleep to get rid of the rain, and then we might have to wait for night to fall again. But we got a couple of souls there, so that's a good start. I'm going to pause here, do some crafting, and when night falls again, we will go out and get ourselves an Enderman skull. One thing, since I want to check the range on these, because it seemed like I had a pretty good range with them, and I'm wondering if block reach is affecting them. So for those of you who may not remember, you can see, if you can see the little outline, black outline of things, I can reach those living rocks from way far out with the block reach enchantment that I have on my chest armor, and so I might have a good reach with the soul vials as well. But anyway, I'm going to go craft some stuff, and we'll be back at nightfall. Yes, I remember one thing I noticed last time before I logged out was that making these, upgrading our simple machine chassis into soul machine chassis requires either an induction smelter or an Ender Alloy Smelter, and it requires some soul attuned dye blend. So nether quartz dust is easy, you just grind up some nether quartz. Soul powder's easy, you just grind up some solarium metal alloy. But then we also have to make some organic brown dye and organic black dye. So these require an Ender IO alloy smelter and various types of ingredients. And so one of the things we're going to have to do, in addition to the slice and splice, is make a alloy smelter. So this bad boy. And that requires... Not really sure what's going on with the simple alloy smelter versus the alloy smelter. Back when I did Ender.io, I think a few years back, I don't remember there being simple versions of things. They definitely have different recipes. And let's see if they do less things. Has 138 recipes for it. If I go here and hit U, here it also has 358. The top one is this blank die. It costs 30,000. What happens if I look at this? Top one is a blank die. It costs 30,000. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but I have a feeling it has something to do with either speed or upgrade slots or something. We're just going to go ahead and try to make the better one of the two. See if I've got any stuff. Okay, so I've got all the stuff but the industrial machine chassis. And that requires industrial die blend, which requires stuff. Alright. So it looks like we might have to... make the simple one just to get the dies that are required to make the non-simple one. So let's take a look at that. We've got the top 2 rows. We need dark bimetal gears. Didn't I have some of those? Oh no, I pushed the wrong one. So we need stone gears and a bucket. I can make stone gears. And a bucket. Alright, so we will make this simple one, and then we will use that to make some of the dye blends that is then required to make some of this other stuff. Alright. Oh, and that reminds me, the other thing that I'm going to need is more obsidian. So I'm either going to have to go just dump a water on a lake of lava and vein mine it, or look into some sort of automated obsidian creation. I did use up a bunch of my obsidian in some task that we were working on recently, so I'm running low. It's not too bad to just go vein mine it. Actually, for right now, I think I am just going to go vein mine it. So let's take... Don't necessarily want to use this bucket because it picks up 10 things at a time. So let's put that away and get a normal bucket out. And run over and grab us some obsidian real quick. Getting an Enderman pearl farm is more important to me, quick and dirty, than it is to make an obsidian farm right at the moment. So I'm just going to go grab some So this is going to make a bit of a mess, probably, but you know what the heck. So we're going to go ahead and vein mine this bad boy. Boom. And then we'll go ahead and convert some of that back, just so that if I wander out here next time, I won't forget that I've done this and step off into a bunch of lava. Bueno. Alright, so good to go. And we should now have a decent amount, oh, wrong direction. We should now have a decent amount of obsidian in there to make a reinforced obsidian for making some of the stuff that we want to make. See how much we got. Yeah, 197. So we got plenty of obsidian now, I think. Oh, and I guess we only needed one for it. I thought you had to make some sort of like 9x, 9 times compressed obsidian or something bizarre. We are going to have to make a lot of grains of infinity. Those are sort of a pain in the butt. I can't remember if I've done that on camera yet, but I took one flint and steel and put Unbreaking 3 on it because it eats up your flint and steels pretty fast. I'd like to also put some sort of mending or something on it. But basically what you do is you just light bedrock on fire, and then as it goes out, it has, I think, a 50% chance. You can hear it like popcorn. It has a 50% chance of spawning a grain of infinity. And I don't believe they burn, so I don't think you have to worry about collecting them before they fall in the fire. So yeah, that's how you get the grains of infinity for a lot of these gears, infinity gears, and other types of gears in Ender.io. So we'll do this one more time. You can see even with Unbreaking 3, I've put a reasonable dent, 10-15% into my flint and steel. But it's still cheaper than burning through them. When it gets near done, I'll just repair it. And depending, I haven't gotten a feel for how much of this stuff you need yet. You definitely need, I would say, a few dozen when you're getting into the Ender.io. But I'm not sure if I'm going to need stacks and stacks of it. If so, I might have to figure out how to automate that, just so that I don't have to deal with that craziness. So let's see, we're gonna put that away. Come up here. Oh, and I see it was night. That's what I've been sort of killing time for, is waiting for nightfall. So let's teleport upstairs with brown magic. Get airborne. We have a soul vial. Let's go find an Enderman and steal his soul. That reminds me, so I did find a place where basals spawn. I think it was the Highlands. So I would like to do that. Hey, there's my huckleberry. And we got him. Easy peasy. So I did find that there's some highland over here, and basals spawn there. And I don't have another soul vial on me. But yeah, so let's go make another soul vial. I guess I should see, since neither basals nor magma cubes are listed as powered spawners, I'll test the magma cube, and if I can install it into a powered spawner, then I'll know that this list here is not complete. This list here is not complete if I can do that, so maybe then I'll go get a basalts and get basalts rods and make basalts powder from them. Alright, so I got the souls that I need. That's cool. Guess I don't need to carry them around, so we can throw those in there. Got wither skeleton, magma cube, and enderman. All good stuff. So now we need to figure out what dyes we need. So let's see. We need... oops. We're looking at making this bad boy, which requires organic brown dye and organic black dye. And the brown dye is going to be any slime ball and twigs and prunings. What the heck is twigs and prunings? Oh, don't tell me I have to make a sag mill to get those. Looks like I have to make a sag mill to get those. Which is fine. I want a sag mill, but it's getting a little crazy here. And what do you want to bet that I need organic dyes to make the advanced one? Yep, I need organic black dye. And there's no way to make it but through the alloy smelter. So let's check this organic black dye. Alright, so I do not need a sag mill to make the organic black dye, so at least I can bootstrap myself up that way. So we're going to want either slime or eggs. Let's go ahead and do this one. So I need 6 pulverized coal. I should have that. And we're going to need slime ball. Got some of that. So let's make sure that I got power here. I don't think I continued my power down my line. Here we go. And we'll throw our new alloy smelter down here. This is different since the last time I played Ender.io. As is this. That looks pretty cool. Looks like you can make it push and pull on the top. So if we go ahead and grab an ME interface, hopefully that means I can push it and, both input and take out stuff through the ME interface without hooking it up to the fluid ducts to a chest with an import bus. What am I looking for now? I'm looking for the glass cables. There we go. So we'll hook that up. Make sure that I'm at 3 of 8 channels. Okay, so yeah, only the machines are hooked onto there. So let's see. I'll automate this later. I just wanted to get it set up. So let's do 24 of these, since it takes 6 at a time. Hey, it's working. This will also give me a chance to see if it automatically exports to the ME system. And it looks like it does. It is slow. So I'm going to guess that that's what the deal is with the simple versus the advanced, is that it looks like these simple ones are just plain slow. Alrighty, so now we should have, we should be able to make industrial dye blend. No, we can't do that. We need the green stuff. And the green stuff requires clippings and trimmings. So basically we need a sag mill to do... Wait. Yeah, we're going to need the simple sag mill. Sorry for fumbling around. This is probably boring to watch on camera. Me trying to figure this stuff out. But, you know, hey, I'm keeping it real. A lot of times when I watch actual experts do expert mod packs, they're whizzing things through things so fast that I have no idea what the heck they're doing. I have to like pause it and rewatch it 10 times and try and read their tool tips as they like do this to see what the hell they were pointing at and what it was. But okay, so we are going to have to make a simple sag mill first, which means we need more stone gears. So now we got a simple sag mill. We can throw that on the line here. So now we can make the twigs and branches and clippings and whatever that we are going to need to upgrade to the normal ones. So let's see, we wanted, there's a lot of recipes here, but we need the green dye and the, let's see, green, organic, how about we just go organic dye. Oh, at least there's only two kinds to make. So we need just any old plants with any old grinding, or with a slime grinding ball, apparently. Is there any of those dyes that we... Oh, let's see. We specifically want twigs and prunings, clippings and trimmings, and a decent handful of them. 30% chance, 10% chance, 5% chance. So the twigs and prunings, looks like it's really best if you get some shrubs or dead bushes to get those in any kind of quantity, I mean. So let's pause here. I'm going to make some grinding balls. I'm going to go collect some shrubs and some dead shrubs. And we're going to make up a bunch of this clippings and trimmings and twigs and prunings so that we can then make our organic green dyes and organic brown dyes. And I wonder if there's a way to upgrade. No, you can't upgrade. So it looks like that's sort of annoying that you end up being stuck with these simple ones when you're strapping in, and that there's no way to upgrade them. So I guess I'll just make the non-simple ones of these, and then just throw these in the ME system and ignore them for the rest of my life. Seems sort of wasteful and annoying, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go grab some bushes and stuff and make some grinding balls, and I'll be right back. So we're having a bit of an excitement here, so I'm going to turn the camera back on. Nausea. So I was wandering around with my comma, minding my own business, picking up a few dead shrubs, and things started to get bad. And then I remembered that we do have a bit of a death chicken problem down in this neck of the world. So if we get in here doesn't seem to be hurting. Well, let me go ahead and eat some food. I think it was actually hurting me noticeably. So let's see. Speaking of chickens, I will eat some. And then we'll zoom up and take a look at this bad boy. So what there is there's a cockatrice down there in the quicksand. And you can see it's basically a big old chicken with a lizard tail. Get in here so we can hear the sound it makes. Doesn't seem to be able to turn much. So yeah, this and it shoots you, and you get nausea. I guess it's just nausea and damage. But we're pretty well armored, and it did actually hurt me a bit. So I don't know if what its gaze weapon does, whether it withers you or does something else like that. But let's see. I think there's a tiny little dragon horde over here, but I think this is the ones that we've... this is actually one that we did kill, but I didn't bother looting the dragon because I was full of stuff. Because I don't think I need any of this stuff anymore. So again, you have to have an open hand and click on the sort of the middle of its body. You can pick up all that garbage. But hearts and scales and etc. I think there's a way to do appearance armor these days. So I might have to figure that out and then make some of the ice and fire dragon armor, scale armor, just for kicks and giggles. This has probably got a tiny pile. No, it's just empty. Yeah, I think we've only seen 2 industrial craft tiny piles of plutonium, which I'm sort of scared to pick up because I think it may give you radiation poisoning. But I'm using comma. If you normally hit these shrubs, they turn into sticks. So I'm using my comma, which basically silks touch for plants. And I should have plenty of shrubs now. So let's go ahead and teleport back into our base. And what kind of grinding ball do I need again? So I've got a simple sag mill. Twigs and... Oh. Yeah, these are the guys we want to make. I've got shrubs and I think it said that dead shrubs also worked. Yes, dead shrub. So now I need any kind of grinding ball or possibly no grinding ball. Don't remember exactly how these work. I guess these little bonuses that are flashing by. Main output, bonus output, power, use. So probably want to make, what was that last one? Signalum looks good. Lumium looks sort of good. Dark steel. For right now, I just want to make sort of anything that's fast. I can't do insteel. Don't want to do Enderium quite yet. So maybe we want to do... Wonder if I can make a signalum one. I can't remember if I have much signalum on hand. And I should do this as opposed to trying to watch it flash by. So let's see, we got, I want lots of output. Not too worried about power use at this time. Probably bonus output is more important than main output, I would guess. That actually looks pretty awesome. Dark steel grinding ball. That saves a lot of power, but I'm not too worried about power yet. I think I can make a dark steel grinding ball. Let's try that. And by the fact that you're making that many of them, oh, you can't even use grinding balls here. So that's another thing now that I notice, apparently, of the simple version of the sag mill. Not only is it probably slow as hell, but you apparently cannot use grinding balls on it. So we basically want to move on to the non-simple version of these as fast as possible. But we're getting a decent amount here. So we don't need a ton of this dye just to upgrade to the better stuff. So basically I need, well, I just need the black dye. Let's go ahead and save the rest of these. See if we can upgrade the sag mill first. And for that, we did need the green dye. So that's what I needed for that. I should have some sort of grass or something up here. So I should have been grabbing grass instead of shrubs. Alright, so I'm going to go grab some grass and stuff that we can make the organic green dye. So we need a bunch of clippings and trimmings. So we're going to need a bunch of, we don't want to do it with a bunch of dye. We want to get a good yield, so just grass or ferns is going to be good. Ooh, I do have cactus, so let's just go ahead and do that real quick. In fact, I have it on me. Oh, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so we got some clippings and trimmings. So now we should be able to make this. So that's going to be 12 and slime. I can do that. Is this going to be enough to make all the dyes we need? Probably not. So I might have to go out and grab more stuff. That'll give us one recipe, I think. That makes 6. There we go. So now cool. So what was the rest of the stuff we need? That. We're going to need more dark iron bars. Hopefully we have the stuff for that. Alright. What am I missing here? Oh, that's right, we need to make... How many of those did we need? 4 of them. So I need even more of those, which means I need more dark steel. yada yada. Well, anyway, you guys get the drift. We've arrived at Ender.io, and this is the kind of stuff you're going to be dealing with when you open Ender.io. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this off camera, just so it doesn't get boring. So I'm going to, between this episode and next, I'm going to finish making all our prunings and trimmings and clippings and branches and yada yada. I'm going to finish making an upgraded sag mill, an upgraded alloy smelter, and then start on the slice and dice for getting to our powered spawner. And I will see you all next time. Bye.